fixing to make some Lonza. This is first thing is just a port loin, and I've got a piece of butcher paper on a board, and the board is leaning. I got a block of wood under it. You can see that block of wood, and I got the paper kind of V'd where the blood and stuff are running in this bucket. And what you do is you salt it down real heavy. Just salt the heck out of it. Just, you can't get too much salt. I mean, just about pour it on it. The whole thing, all sides. You got to roll it so you don't get the side of it, the ends of it. And what you're going to do is leave this salt on there for 36 hours. And after 36 hours, we'll come back and we'll wash the salt off with the hot water and vinegar, then cold water and vinegar, and then another cold water and vinegar, and then fresh water, and the fresh water gets the vinegar off. The vinegar cuts the salt off of it. Anyway, we'll get this thing salted up real good, and I'll probably come back tomorrow and put a little more salt on it after it sits. Second phase of the Lonza. I've had it in the refrigerator because it doesn't stay cool enough. You can see the pan underneath it. All the blood and stuff is drained in. Now we're going to take the Lonza out. We're going to wash the salt off of it. I've got a pan outside full of hot water. Usually when I make several of them, I just use a big ice chest, and I have the hot water and ice chest. So you put the Lonza in the hot water, and you add vinegar. And the hot water and vinegar helps cut the salt off of it. I'm gonna put about half of it on there. Get that out of the way. And just kind of rub that salt off of it. Hot water feels pretty good this morning, cool morning. Next step is to I usually have an ice chest, and I usually do 4 Lonzas at one time. Now we're just going to do it one more time with no vinegar. Just plain water, and this will get the vinegar off of it.
Did you mention the temperature of the refrigerator?
No, just so it's below 45 degrees. Most refrigerators run around anywhere from 38 to 40 degrees. 35. Remember, I used to do this just hanging up in the barn. I used to never use a refrigerator, but now with the global warming, you pretty well need a refrigerator because the outside temperature doesn't stay consistent. But when I used to do it outside, it would come on in here. I got a little. I used to just hang it up and not use the refrigerator. It some days would get up to 50 degrees. It didn't hurt it because it's inside the shop. And, what I'm gonna do now is I gotta let it dry. I don't want to. I can pat it dry. I just put I just tie a string on it. Get it tied. Just a basic old knot. this is where I used to make them. Okay, the next step, we've kind of got to let it dry. It's dried off pretty good. Get our cheesecloth. You can get this at you can get that at Walmart. And the cheesecloth just keeps the pepper on it. Usually I can get 2 Lonzas out of 1 package of this cheesecloth. Get it kind of unrolled here. So it'll be over. Sometimes it's hard to find the ends of it. We'll get it. Okay, this is Uncle Louis Reginelli's recipe that we're doing. I like putting a lot of garlic in it. I just cut some holes in it here, and got some. Don't have as much as I would like to have, but I'll stick this garlic down in it. I thought I had more at the house, but this will be enough. But I don't think you can get too much garlic in one when you're doing it. Some allspice. Put a little allspice on it. And that's about it. Every once in a while, Louis would make some with some nutmeg, so I'm gonna put just a tad of nutmeg on this one. The ones I made this year, I didn't use any nutmeg. And then the main ingredient is the pepper. And you just mash it down in there. Pepper is what cures it. That'd be enough pepper on it. Then just wrap it up in this cheesecloth. Try to get a few wraps, and I'll kind of angle it and overlap the end. Like I said, the cheesecloth is just to keep the pepper from coming off of it. That'll be good. Scissors. I'll use that next year. Now the tying begins. Now the old way was to take this cotton twine and wrap around it, and you had to keep it pulled real tight, and it would wear your hands out. Well, guy in Lake Village that makes them told me about the zip ties, and that makes it a whole lot easier. Hang on, let me get a pair of pliers to pull on. I'll come back and tighten them all. But the key is to get it real. You got to get it real tight, and I'm gonna get it started, and then we'll put a few more on. Using these wire ties has really made it a whole lot easier. You got to get pretty good heavy duty ones. you've got to pull on these tight. Now you want to wrap them with spacing no more than 1/4 of an inch. So if you can kind of zoom in, we don't want any more spacing than that right there. And we're going to go across this whole Lonza with them. Let me do one more and then we'll cut the video off. We'll cut them, come back. And if they're crossed, it doesn't matter. The main thing, what you're doing is forming it and squeezing it. You're trying to get, if it's anything left in it that we've been trying to get out, water, blood, the salt, this draws the rest of it out. And like I said, the pepper will cure it. It's going to take 6 weeks. All right. Okay, we've got it tied up. You can kind of see the spacing on there. You're just forming this loaf, and then you get some string tied on it. Using these wire ties are a whole lot easier. You can take you can take a real long port loin, I don't ever do them, and cut them and butterfly it, and then fold it over and make this twice as fat. And if you do that, when you tie it like I'm doing now, you want the split end hanging down. What we're doing, we're fixing it where we can hang it, and anything that's left in it will run out the bottom as it's curing. Having a hard time tying this morning. Okay, that's what it should look like. And what we'll do, we're going to hang it in this refrigerator. Like I said, I used to hang it up here, but here it is, the 28th day of February. So I've got these meat racks. I use this refrigerator to hang my deer in. We're just going to hang it up and forget about it for 6 weeks. So about the 15th of or 13th of April, they'll be ready.